President Buhari's Minister Adeosun, NYSC dragged to court over certificate saga Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SCRAP, has sued the Director General, National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, Brigadier General Sule Kazawa and the NYSC over failure to publish specific documents and information on Minister of Finance, Mrs. Kemi Adeosun's application for NYSC exemption, and also seeking to compel them to explain if Adeosun obtained any exemption certificate from the NYSC. In the suit number EFHC, L.CS. 1369/18 filed on Tuesday at the Federal High Court, Ikoyi, Lagos, SCRAP is seeking an order for leave to apply for judicial review and an order of mandamus directing and/or compelling General Kazawa and the NYSC to urgently provide specific documents and information on Mrs. Kemi Adeosun's application to the NYSC for exemption and to publish widely, including on a dedicated and on the NYSC website, any such information. The suit followed SCRAP's Freedom of Information request dated 2 August 2018 to General Kazawa, giving him 7 days to provide information on specific details and documents on the exemption certificate applied for and obtained by Mrs. Adeosun, clarify whether the NYSC actually granted her the exemption certificate and if it did, the circumstances and the provisions of the NYSC Act under which the exemption certificate was granted. The suit filed on behalf of SCRAP by its counsel, Ms. Baimasipi Adeyanju read in part, suspicions of obtaining unauthorized certificate involving a senior member of the government if not urgently and satisfactorily addressed would weaken public trust in the government's soft-expressed commitment to transparency and accountability. By the combined provisions of Section 104(1) of the Evidence Act 2011 and Sections 14(2)(b), 14(3), and 19(2) of the Freedom of Information Act, the NYSC, being the public institution in charge of issuing exemption certificates from the compulsory NYSC program, and having publicly declared that Mrs. Adeosun applied for exemption, has a duty to provide SCRAP with details and documents containing the application for exemption and the exemption certificate itself, if it was granted. SCRAP requested the NYSC to provide the information within 7 days of the receipt and/or publication of the letter. But since the receipt of the letter by the NYSC and up till the filing of the suit, the NYSC has failed, refused and/or neglected to respond to or grant SCRAP's request. This matter is of utmost national importance and public interest because it borders on allegations of circumvention of the law, brought against a high public officer of Nigeria, who has sworn on oath to uphold the laws of the nation, including the NYSC Act. The grant of this application will help reveal the truth about the authenticity of the exemption certificate granted to Mrs. Adeosun. By the combined provisions of Sections 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 7, 1. The NYSC has no reason whatsoever not to comply with the demands by SCRAP. There is compelling public interest in the disclosure of the information sought by SCRAP, which concerns whether a high-ranking minister had circumvented or disobeyed the law. The public interest, in this case, outweighs any private interest that the NYSC may be protecting. By the provision of Section 20 of the Freedom of Information Act, SCRAP is entitled to apply to this court for a review of the action of the NYSC. Unless the reliefs sought by SCRAP are granted, the NYSC will not provide SCRAP with the documents and information requested and will continue to be in breach of the Freedom of Information Act. SCRAP is entitled as of right to request for or gain access to information, including information on the exemption allegedly applied for by Mrs. Adeosun. No date has been fixed for hearing. Last week, Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption (PACAC) Chairman, ITSE Saga, described the controversy about Adeosun's certificate as unnecessary. Saga also stated that President Muhammadu Buhari cannot afford to sack Adeosun because the minister is brilliant. Think your friend would be interested. Share this story using any of the share button below, down arrow, place your text advert below, greater than 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 loading. Share your story with us via email, info@247nigerianewsupdate.co. Received news via our WhatsApp. Kindly text 234,701 056 to add you. Click here to join us on our YouTube channel for news update. Click here to join us on Twitter for instant news update at 247NGNEWSUPDAT. Click here to join millions around the globe to read news on our Facebook fan page for instant updates on Instagram. Click here, receive instant news update via our BBM broadcast D3DEFDF.